وقت جيت عم جرب بساعده اجى قال لي الضابط هيدا اللي اسمه سعيد في المخابرات في مكتب المخابرات، قال لي انت مش حسمح لك تطلعي من هنا. من بعد ما قلت له والله من بعد كل شيء انتم عم تعملوا بالشعب الفلسطيني نحن عم ندون، قال لي والله مين حيحاسبني؟ طيب فهمكم بكفايه،
الله موجود،
فهمكم بكفايه. الحصار لازم نكسره، هيدا المعبر لازم ينفتح بأي ثمن كان، ونحن ما منعول على حكوماتنا، منعول على الشعوب. عليكم انتم مؤسسات مجتمع مدني ومجتمع الأهلي فقط لا غير، الشعوب وليس الحكومات. تعيش فلسطين، حرية فلسطين، صامدون.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that.
Okay.
Jenney.
Well, Natalie and I have had the honor of at least just tasting what it is to be Palestinian. We've had the honor of standing side by side with the Palestinian people for the last nearly a year, through all sorts of experiences, through all sorts of things that they've endured, through the massacres in December and January, and just recently through enduring what it means to be trapped in the cliche that Gaza is the world's largest open-air prison, which is a reality. It's a reality when people cannot just come and go freely from their own country, which is a basic human right. Because of the siege which is now entering its third year, the siege which means that all land crossings are closed, the sea route is closed. The Rafah crossing is the only way in and out, the only access to the outside world for 1.5 million Palestinians. There was Gaza International Airport built in 1998, but the Israeli military destroyed it in 2001. So really, this is the only way. And the Egyptian authorities, since they took over the Rafah crossing in 2006, have kept it almost permanently closed since June 2007. And on the rare occasions when it does open, the treatment of the Palestinian passengers, many of whom are seriously ill patients, the only reason they want to come into Egypt is to access treatment here, or to travel on to other countries where they can access treatment that's simply not available in Gaza. Why? Because of the siege, because of lack of medical supplies in hospitals, because hospitals have some of the equipment necessary, but if it breaks down because of the siege, they cannot get replacement parts, and doctors are not able to get out to renew their knowledge. Medical students are not getting out for study, so we're not finding all the specialists that are needed in Gazan hospitals. That's why patients need to get out, and it was mostly patients in ambulances lying. People's basic humanity requires it. We're all human at the end of the day. We need to be there for one another. If it was your family in this situation, what would you be feeling? We've managed to attract some attention because we are British passport holders. But our story of being trapped in the world's largest open-air prison is paled into comparison to the thousands of stories. I can give you one example, a woman we met in the crossing, a middle-aged woman, similar age to my mother. The only reason she wanted to go into Egypt was not to visit the pyramids, but to just be with her dying son who's in an Egyptian hospital. No other reason than that, but she was with us on the bus of returned people back to Gaza. She was not allowed into Egypt. And there are so many stories that need to be told. And we only hope that by telling our story, we manage to, in some way, tell their story as well. Tell the story of siege, of closure, of entrapment and the despair that people feel, we started to feel ourselves, just not being able to get out in the space of a couple of months. But there are people whose families are there and they're on the outside and they haven't seen each other for years. They can't get back or they can't get out. This is a basic human right. The world must wake up and realise that this is happening. I think people do not realise that the Rafah crossing is closed most of the time, and that this is the everyday reality for so many people. But it is. Please, I implore you. It's time to take action. Viva Palestina! Hurriya Palestine!